afternoon, class. So my name is Leticia, and I'm here to rebuttal their points. So according to the opposing team, the reason why the voting age should stay at 18 were for their 3 points where it's unconstitutional to change the amendment, taxation without representation, and it discourages the newer generations. So as far as unconstitutional, why would it be unconstitutional to change an amendment? An amendment, that's what it is. It's a change to the Constitution. We have to change it. From the time we first started, it has been changed and amended to what we need at that time. Perhaps during the 1971, with the 26th Amendment of World War I, we needed to change it to 18 so that the government can gain from young men who needed to be used as manpower for the war. So it was needed then, it's not needed now. So why not change the amendment one more time to what's going to work for us today? So I don't think it's unconstitutional to change something that we've been changing throughout time, throughout history, and not just the voting age with everything else. Even prohibition was once put into place, and then that was an amendment, and then we changed it again. So it's not a big deal as far as unconstitutional to change it. Taxation without representation. They're saying that why, how is it that we can run on democracy and have people be taxed and not represented by their officials or not being able to elect the officials that represent them? But, I mean, at 18, how many of us care who even know who our officials are? Most people don't even vote unless it's the presidential election. Most people don't go out and vote for regular elections. And as far as taxation, some people are working and get taxed. Other people are being claimed by their parents. I know for a fact when I went into to do my taxes, they say up to the age of 24 can your parents claim you as a dependent. So why is it that they're being not represented? You're being part of your parents, and waiting until 21 is only 3 years. It's not big of a difference. As far as discouraging the new generation to vote, they're already not voting, so how is it discouraging? If anything, you're just giving them a 3-year time period so that they can become more educated. From the time they're in high school till the time they're in college, you're having to take political science, history, 17A and 17B for some of you taking it here. It gives you more of a window to learn and encourage you to do the research, to do an educated voting instead of just voting because it's popular. So to review our 3 points, they are level of maturity, level of education, and government and political gain. So we should change the voting age back to 21 simply because 18-year-olds are not as mature as 21 simply because they don't have the life experience that it is to have a job, go to school, be responsible other than your parents telling you you have to. Level of education, like I said before, you in high school are only taking 1 year, or out of the 3 years that you're required, only 1 semester is required for American government. So out of that 1 semester, it's not much compared to, let's say, when you're in college, you have to take either poli-sci and history 1 or 17A and 17B. You have more of a background. And government and political gain, the only reason why it was changed to 18 instead of 21 was because the government was in need of manpower to fuel the war. So instead of having people retaliate and say, I'm fighting without voting, let's just keep them quiet, give them the right to vote, but keep the war going. So I encourage you all to vote affirmative and change the voting age